Hey everybody, this is Kenny Catastrophe. I just wanted to thank you for watching my video walkthrough to Abandon in the Team Throwdown playlist. Once again, you can either watch the entire video, or you can use the annotations you see here to skip to the parts that you want to see the most. Alright, so first thing, let's go over the callouts for Abandon. Right here, this area right here is going to be called Blue Spawn. Moving forward, we've got Ring 2, which leads out here to Red Spawn. This area from this ramp, this back area, this is typically called Ring 2.5. This area up here is Ring 3. This little nook here can be called, yeah, I've heard it called batteries, ring pockets. Just Ring 3 in general is fine. Moving on, here's main ramp. This big area here is known as Tree. I call this Purple Tree Ramp, and on this side, Dark Tree Ramp, or you could go Dirt Tree Ramp, Metal Tree Ramp, anything to differentiate those two. This general area right here that I'm looking at is called Root, named after the giant root right here. But in general, this whole back area is just called the Beach. Over here, this is Overshield or Yellow, Blinking Root, one of the two, three, however many I just said. This area here is called Dark Forest. I've also heard it called Blue Forest because of the blue lights that have been put back here, and this is where Blue Spawn is, but I still refer to it as Dark Forest. This is Dark Plat or Blue Plat. I've also heard it called Dark Cave. We're going to switch on over to the other side of the map here. This is Back Purple Corner, or just Purple Corner in general. This area from usually about right here around is just called Purple Street, or again you can say Purple Ramp because of this right here. This area, pretty much everything I'm looking at right now is typically referred to as Purple Forest, although I have heard this area in particular called Tangled because of how that looks. But yeah, Purple Forest. Moving along. This whole area, just this general circular donut formation here, is referred to as Purple Cave. Now, this tower, I've heard it called two things. I've heard Gold 1, Gold 2, Bottom Tower, Top Tower, T1, T2. Just be aware of any of those. Pretty much Tower or Gold is what it's called. I personally use Tower, so I'll say Top Tower and Bottom Tower. This whole area, this area outside the tower, I refer to as just Courtyard, Tower Courtyard. You can get a little specific and say like Purple Tower Court, or Purple Rock, Orange Rock. Whichever. Anyways, we're going to flip over here. This area right here, this is Tunnel. Pretty self-explanatory. This whole area is referred to as Ring 1. I believe I covered Ring 2, Ring 2.5, and Ring 3, so we're going to move along. This area is called Gold Tree, Magic Tree, basically anything tree. This one, I don't really have a name for this. To be perfectly honest, I'll usually say, tree to tower. That usually, connecting the 2 points. But that's pretty much about it. The big ones you want to know are definitely the rings, definitely the towers. Tree is another really common one. Back Purple Corner. This, I think it was fixed for V3, but this used to be a very heavy spawn, or a very common spawn in V2, so definitely be aware of those. But that's going to about do it for the Abandoned callouts. Sniper rifle spawns top tower every 2 minutes from when you pick it up, so if you pick it up at 8:47, it'll respawn again at 6:47. The Overshield spawns the flashing yellow light on the beach every 2 minutes from when you pick it up, so if you pick it up at 3:47, it's going to respawn at 1:47. The railgun spawns Purple Forest every 2 minutes and 40 seconds regardless of when you pick it up. It also does not spawn at the beginning of the game, so here are the times. This jump is a simple way to get from Ring 2 to Ring 3 on blue side spawn. While not entirely useful or practical, this does show you how to get on top of Ring 3 to get yourself an extra height advantage. It's important to note that this same rock structure exists on the opposite side of the tower and provides you the same jumping opportunities. This is a quick way onto Purple Street without having to go to the ramp or to the corner. This one's pretty interesting because the spot that you can get to, the moss hides you from Dark Platform. Alright, so because Extraction is the new game type in Halo 4, not everyone is going to be familiar with it right away. I want to explain a little bit. First of all, you're going to have these extract points. They're going to have a small radius. As you can see, the radius is about the size of this tower. Anywhere in this area around the lift, I can plant the beacon. So I'm going to come over here, plant it. Now, it does take 5 seconds to plant. I am fast forwarding. It also takes 5 seconds to convert. And once you plant it or convert it, you're going to see this minute protect timer right there. Now, that says 59. That's still over some stuff. There it is. Anyways. Once this timer runs out, you're going to get a point. Simple as that. Just keep the other team off of it. So, speaking of the other team, we're going to jump over here. Check this guy out. Now, his job is going to be to convert that. Now, as I come up here, you might be wondering, why can't I convert it? I could plant it there before. Why can't I convert it? Well, the thing is once you place that beacon for that point, that's the only place that it's going to work. So, as you can see, as I come over here, now I have the option when I'm actually at the beacon. So this means that where your team chooses to place that beacon is very important. So always be aware of that. So here it is. Again, 5 seconds to convert, same as the arming, and now you're going to see the counter goes to 100. And I don't know if you noticed this. We'll go back and look at it, but we're going to go way back and look at it. As you can see, it says 43, 42, 41. Now, as soon as I start converting it, you're going to see it start flashing. You're also going to see the timer freeze, which means that even though it says 5 seconds left or 3 seconds or whatever, anything that might sound impossible, if somebody can get there at that 1 second mark and get it for that 5 seconds, they can convert it and reset the timer to a minute. And that's basically Extraction in a nutshell. In the Throwdown playlist, you're going to see 2 variations. You're going to see 1 plot, which means there's 1 active point, and then 2 plot, like on Abandon here, where you're going to see 2 active points. So there's going to be an interesting dynamic in 2 plot as to whether your team can control both and double up, or whether you should just hold one, however you want to do it. Alright, so one other thing I want to note about Extraction here is the lifts. These plots that have the lift on it. If you are trying to plant the beacon and you go up the lift, as soon as you land, you will not be able to plant the beacon. It will cancel out. However, if you are going to convert the beacon and you come up and you see this, you can start to convert it. You will land and still be converting. It's a good way to get an extra second. Just to let you guys know. Another interesting thing here, I'm staring at a rock wall, is you're not completely defenseless when extracting or converting a beacon. As you can see, I'm going to lift up and start the same process and convert it in the lift. And if you choose to melee, it's actually a one-hit kill. So if somebody's dumb enough to get that close to you when you have that thing, just shove that machine right in their face, knock them out cold. Alright, so now that you know the basics about Extraction and the little nuances that are in the Abandoned version, let's talk about the order of the plots. First one is Plot A. That's going to be here, top tower. Specifically, this lift structure here. Alright, the next one is going to be B, which is Ring 3. This lift structure right here. Next is C, which is right here, this tree. The callout tree is Extraction Point C. Tree C. Got it? Good. Moving on. Point D is Magic Tree. D tree. Again, you gotta love it. Anyway, so Magic Tree is the point. The only one thing I want to point out about the Magic Tree is it is the only one that as you go up the lift, you can convert it without getting canceled out when you land. so be aware of that. The fifth point and the last point in the rotation is this purple tree right here. Now there are a lot of purple trees, so just know that it is the last one. And once that one is extracted, it's going to go back to A. Like I said, there's two active points, the first one being A and B. Once one is extracted, C will open up, the next one is extracted, D is open up, and then E, and so on. So it is technically possible to have this point constantly contested and just rotate through B, C, D, E, and then go back to B. And that's going to be extraction on Abandoned in a nutshell. Hey, once again, I just want to say thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and you learned a little something about extraction and Abandoned. Abandoned features Team Slayer and 2-plot extraction in the Throwdown playlist when it comes out tomorrow, this Monday. So, as always, like and subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and let me know what you thought below in the comments.